It's that time in this game again where we've got a new Legend League season, and you guys already know what that means if you've been watching me for a while. It's time for a new army. I try to do this on at least one of my accounts to keep the content fresh and just keep it like overall like refreshing. So yeah, you guys can already see a bit of a preview in my army camps, but we're back on Super Bowlers. But this time, I've decided to bring a little twist to it. So here you can already see what my army is, and you can see I have a recall spell this time, and I also have the angry jelly on my queen, and I've actually gone ahead and maxed it out on this account of mine. So recall bowlers this time, and a lot of things are different. The army comp is mostly the same. I have made some changes to bring in the apprentice warden, because now I'm also using the heal tome, and I will explain why in some attacks as well for you guys. So yeah, that's about it. Let's just get into some attacks where I go ahead and explain things in a lot more detail for you guys. On a difficulty level of things, I would say this army is a lot tougher because that queen moves very fast, and you need to get used to the speed at which she starts moving with that angry jelly. Like she just does not care. So on this base, if I was using super bowlers, and you've seen me use this attack before, I would queen charge a town hall like this while having a flame finger go for this area just with regular bowlers, and then I would place a jump over here and just let the bowlers kind of smash through the base. But this time we've got a recall spell, and I'm gonna try to do what my flame finger was responsible of doing, but this time only using my queen. And just look at that, she just ignores everything and just chews through those defenses one after another. So you can see like barely probably like 10-15 seconds have passed, and she's already cut the entire corner down. And what's really cool about this is just the fact that honestly, you can place the baby dragon right behind you and it does the job of funneling everything. One more detail you need to be a little careful of is that angry jelly at max level does last a full 35 seconds, so you need to play around that. I was hoping that I could get these wall breaks down over here so my queen could hopefully route towards the scatter shot and the multi-archer tower and also get the enemy royal champion down, but I think I was a little bit late on my wall breaks because, as I said, the queen moves way too fast with the angry jelly on. So either way, we've got the funnel set, like we don't have to worry about this bottom corner anymore. And you will observe I don't use the flame fling as often. Using the siege barracks is a good alternative, especially to quickly set a funnel, and now we even have 5 siege slots. So we're gonna go ahead and just continue with the same approach that we used with our regular super bowler smash. And yeah, you guys will notice we don't really have too many spells. I only have 1 rage left now for my super bowlers, but the funnel is so well set, and because we're doing this approach, right, of using the recall as well as saving our siege machine for this side of the base, we can send our king with our super bowlers, and with that giant gauntlet, that entire core is absolutely going to just break. So you can also see over here, I am using the heal tome instead of the life gem and bringing the apprentice warden this time. It's because I realized that we don't really have as many rages to go ahead and keep the bowlers continuously raged up. And yeah, just having the heal tome will help kind of sustain the health on my bowlers a little bit better. So that's just a very simple example of why I'm using the heal tome this time. It's because I just don't have enough rages to give to my bowlers in this army. So while I was just talking about that, like once again, the entire core just got crushed, and I'm only now using my king ability. I didn't even need it for the rage core, just because the heal tome with the healers, even though we only had like 1 rage left, it's more than enough. Like it's just as simple as that. Royal champion literally coming and just doing a cleanup job at the end. And you guys can tell this is absolutely smash. There's no doubt about it at all. The fact that we managed to use our siege barracks and the recall queen to cut out these funnels so nicely, it just allowed us to make sure that the bowlers can push through this core that much more simpler. And yeah, it is very strong, but be careful, it's a very fast moving army as well, so you need to be a little bit more you kind of need to pay attention, like okay, when have 35 seconds passed, or if you have a lower level angry jelly, try to keep attention to how long the angry jelly is really lasting on your queen, because if you pull her out too soon or too late, things could go like not according to your expectations as well. So yeah, this is just an example of how you can kind of enhance your super bowler smashes with the angry jelly and the recall spell. We'll definitely dive into some more attacks for you guys. Let's just move on. Well, it's the first league. It's the first. It's literally like the first day in Legend League, right? So you can expect to find some slightly lower level bases, not completely maxed. And once again, I'm gonna say this is a very fast moving army. So try to just play around what your queen thinks she's gonna be able to do next. So on this one, you can already see like this entire area is just so compact. I have to dedicate my bowlers to that area. My bowlers, my king, those guys just have insane splash damage. They will easily remove most of the core, if not all of it, and that should be the basis of the focus on this attack. Now, how can I set this up such that I can deal with the entire rest of the base? Because like this entire left side is so compact, but I can't sacrifice my entire army to that area without dealing with this, right? So we have a queen and we have a recall spell, and of course I already mentioned it to you guys, she moves incredibly fast. So what we can do is something a little interesting. We can just cut out any part on this right side of the base and make life a little bit simpler for us. So why don't we just go ahead and do that? You can already see what I'm going to do over here. I'm just going to dedicate my queen to remove this entire compartment. And just a request, the time on my replay is 2 minutes and 22 seconds left. Let's just see how long it takes for her to really punch through this base and get all the way to the Eagle Artillery. Just to show you guys that this is an insanely fast attack. So yeah, the setup is just very fast, and you can see I thought my queen would start walking up over here, but I did not deploy the healers, I did not deploy the wall breaker because I was not sure. So I'm just going to wait for her to do her thing, and that angry jelly is practically just allowing her to automatically funnel herself towards the core. It's absolutely insane. And look at that, she is already in. The baby dragon, literally just one baby dragon and one wizard, and these guys are able to clear out so much more of the base for me. Like, I don't even need anything else. And yeah, you can already see this is a wonderful way to set up the attack. And you'll notice, like I did mention, this area has to be preserved for my super bowlers to come in. So now I realize that okay, my queen is literally handling this entire core. If my king just handles this little compartment, I can just recall my queen out over here and just smash with the bowlers. So yeah, literally in like 1 minute, she cleared this entire quarter. Like, it's insane. That's sometimes you ward and walk for 1 minute and you'd get maybe like only up until like this much of value with a ward and walk for 1 minute. But look at the amount of base that we managed to erase in literally just 1 minute. So yeah, just it's insanely fast. It requires a bit of a different muscle memory, I will admit, but here we are. We've got a very nice funnel. We can afford to pop our warden ability early as well, because the heal tome will last for a much longer time after the invincibility wears off too. Now you'll also see I just went ahead and deployed my royal champion with the drill from the top of the base, because you can already see how this is flowing. King is literally in this area, borders will handle this area. All that's left is for me to use my siege machine with the royal champion for this little bit that's really left over here. And because everything is just so defense targeting in this army, you could say, because queen with angry jelly, royal champion, drill, the cleanup is so simple. Like, I don't really have too many cleanup troops in this army comp, but I don't even need as many because I just have the capability of cleaning up so efficiently in this one as well. So yeah, this base is absolutely smashed. You guys can already see it, and I even have my queen ability left after all of that, and it's just insane. So definitely do try it out. I will give you guys more advice as we keep going through the season on how you should identify which areas to recall and which areas to really like push your bowlers through, and we can definitely go through a lot of examples of this together throughout the season. So yeah, just a very fun way of using super bowlers. I'm surprised I haven't tried this before, but here I am now and I'm making videos on it for you guys. So yeah, we'll move on to 2 more bases like usual. More anti-Root Rider style bases. Surprised that we found a base like this literally on the first day of Legend League, but it is what it is. We're just gonna have to deal with it, right? So usually on these style of bases with regular super bowlers, I remember I would recommend you guys to just go ahead and queen charge the town hall from the edge, you could say, and then you can have your bowlers join in like this and then just jump over here, and then your bowlers can go ahead and smash the entire core. It is very very simple, especially your queen, she has a frozen arrow, so all of these enemy heroes out over here are pretty meaningless, and that usually goes ahead and smashes bases very very efficiently. But now we have a recall spell and an angry jelly, so remember, the queen will not target the town hall unless her angry jelly has worn off. So we need to somehow utilize her angry jelly a little bit so that we can actually go ahead and smash this base a little bit more efficiently. And once again, look at the time that's left on the clock. It's like, I think 2 minutes 30. So I haven't even deployed any troops yet. So it just goes to say that this is definitely a very fast attack. But that's fine. So what we'll do is we'll try to talk a little bit more about the recall target on this one, and you can already see, like, I can just punch in through this and not care about any of this trash waiting for me over here, and she can actually go ahead and cut out a good chunk of the base just like this. And then after her angry jelly wears off, I can do what I usually do anyway, just get her into the top of the base. So you can see a kind of a pattern over here. Like usually I have the flame finger or some siege machine go ahead and cut out the flank of the base, while my queen goes for the town hall with regular super bowlers. But in this recall version of super bowlers, what I tend to do is I tend to queen charge the area where I would think of using a siege machine, and it works very very well. Like for 2 spells, maybe 4 spells, if I use a rage, it's totally worth it, because you're gonna see how easy it makes life for my super bowler smash later on. Like you can, it's literally just cutting through like butter at this point. Like she's gonna just go from one defense to the next, and she's not gonna stop at all. So now she's moving on to the ricochet cannon, and I think she'll even go ahead for the scatter shot after this. I'm not very sure. But yeah, the angry jelly has worn off, but she's pretty close to the scatter shot, so I thought, why not? I've given her the rage anyway. Let her just go ahead and grab that value, and there you go, a recall, and immediately just placed her back up top. So the recall has, like, the area where she queen charged initially literally is the funnel for her. There's no place else for her to go, and once again I'm coming in with the siege barracks. It's just so much of support in terms of the troops that you have on the base. You can't really ask for much more than this. And look at this beautiful entry point that's there. Like there's no other place for our bowlers to really go. We're just gonna go ahead and smash right through the town hall, and you can already tell this base doesn't stand much of a chance. Like already so much has just gone, and we're literally yet to even deploy our royal champion as well. So I've gone ahead and popped my vulnerability once again a little early, because I don't have to be too afraid anymore. We have the healers and the heal tome both providing support, despite of the lack of rages. So even though these guys are moving slowly out over here, it's like they're not gonna die. They're gonna be able to go through all the damage. I can afford to place the rages way far ahead. You can see, like, I would have usually placed my rage like this, but this time I placed my rage like literally as far ahead as over here, because I knew, like, this is the entire core that has to be demolished. So I can afford to place my rages that far ahead, because I know the healers, even though they're not raged with the heal tome, can easily go ahead and smash this base. So just a very convenient way of dealing with the fact that we have less rage spells in this comp. And yeah, this is absolutely smashed. You guys can just easily tell. So definitely a fun way of using super bowlers, and I will warn you guys, it is very different. My older super bowler guides where I do not use a recall spell, it is not going to be applicable if you're going to try out recall super bowlers. They are 2 completely different attacks, but they are both incredibly strong if you use them correctly. So definitely play around with it, have some fun with it, and of course, let's just do one more attack for you guys and call this one a wrap. I managed to get another anti-root rider base for this last one, and you guys already know, like, they're mostly anti-2 stealth bases, and I'm sure everybody's used to this meta by now. But we're gonna have to just deal with this now with recall bowlers somehow. So I'm gonna do something a little interesting on this one. I actually go ahead and use a siege to kind of just support my queen charge very directly, and you're just gonna go ahead and see it right away. So obviously you're probably thinking, like, okay, these corners are obviously what we need to funnel if we want our bowlers to come in from any of these edges. So what I actually go ahead and do is I start my queen to just tank this ground expo, you could say, over here. And you can see she moves really, really quickly. She just goes right into all the damage. So you have to be ready with your resources. And look at this, like this log launcher is able to run over literally like all the defenses while she's tanking the damage. And she's actually, with the combination of a log launcher, going to do much more than just clear this corner. So yeah, they've gotten literally like these two compartments down, and it's probably only been like 15 seconds since this clip started. And yeah, you can see what I'm trying to do over here. Like, I just recalled the queen back to the bottom and just deployed everybody right down over there. Remember that bowlers have only like a one tile range over a wall, so they will not be tempted to keep walking like around the base over here. These guys will walk into the wall over here and then go ahead and target this multi-archer tower. So it's as simple as that. Like, these guys don't have any reason to really like go anywhere else. They will stick into this compartment. We've already cut out this corner, so there's no damage on the entry. And yeah, it's just that simple. So now I was hoping my king would kind of like roam around like this, and then I could break him into this compartment, which is why I even placed a jump like this, so everybody could converge into the town hall. But I think the clan castle ended up just pulling him inside the base directly. But you can see this is just working out super duper well. Everybody will be able to nicely rotate around the base over here, and it's really that simple. Like, these guys will easily go ahead and get the core down. No need to pop my vulnerability early. My bowlers are still very healthy, and yeah, this is a good time, I would say, because these guys are going to start splitting up. So everybody has some invincibility for a while, and that entire core is gone. It doesn't even exist anymore, and we're only just getting started. Like, we still have all of our hero abilities, and at this point in time, the hero abilities are so much stronger than the last time I made the super bowler guide. And I can, like, you guys can already see, like, I still have my queen ability, I still have my king ability. My hog puppet and haste strike from the royal champion is, she's just managed to clear like literally half the entire like side over here. But it's really this simple. Like, you just have to, one way or the other, like, just get some value which can act as a funnel point, and then go ahead and recall your queen when you're sure that she can actually just stick with your bowlers rather than kind of like play around with her angry jelly and follow whatever her angry jelly tells her to do. So that's just a little bit of a precaution you're going to have to take, but all in all, I would say this is very strong, especially with the angry jelly. Maybe I would not have considered this army if the angry jelly was not available, but now that the angry jelly is available, recall bowlers is terrifyingly strong. Like, it's so fast as well, so you just have to get used to it if you try it out for yourself. But that's about it. It's just very fast. It's very strong. It hits really hard, and new hero equipments make this just so much easier. So yeah, definitely do try it out yourself if you did like this and you feel like going back to super bowlers as well. So that's about it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.